You guys have requested this, and I wanted to do it, so here we are. Finally. Finally. Just checking that everything's working perfectly, but we are good to go. The first live stream should be up and rolling. Yep, we're good to go. Okay, welcome everybody that's joining us live. If you're catching the recording, then be sure to drop a comment and let me know. If you're watching this live, join in on the super chat and yeah, drop me a comment along the way as we go along in this video, because now we're doing this live, guys, and there will be a lot more of this coming up. If you're joining and you've never seen me before, then you might want to go back and watch a few videos, but if you're not new here, then that's perfect because we're gonna go really deep today. This is not one of those videos where I'm gonna just share some surface level tips, although I'll start off like that. I really want to get into confidence. I want to go into a deep dive where you really understand what a deep level of confidence looks like, and also understand where it comes from, and to understand the difference between situational confidence, aka skill confidence, and actual real sustainable baseline confidence, okay? So if you're joining us, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and there will be a lot more of these streams coming up, especially if you guys enjoy it, because this is probably my favorite way of doing content. So the first thing that I want to start off with is to tell you the difference between skill confidence, situational confidence, and real confidence. Skill confidence is based on how good you are at something. So anybody can build skill confidence. When you have skill confidence, it means you're good at the piano or the guitar, or maybe you're a good singer, or maybe you're good at talking in front of a video camera. Maybe you're good at editing videos. Maybe you're good at playing video games. Maybe you always win when you play video games. Maybe you are one of those people that just really knows how to socialize and go around and really get to know new people. Maybe you're completely opposite. Maybe you're totally anxious around people. Maybe you're afraid of people, but you're just extremely good at cooking for yourself. Maybe you just do it for yourself, but you're an anxious person and you're good at cooking. So situational confidence does not mean that you can go in anywhere and just feel great about yourself and know that you're going to show up and be the best version of yourself. Situational confidence relies on you having an environment that you're familiar in. So what you'll see a lot of the time is somebody is really shy around a big group of people. And then you'll find that same person doing something in private that they're really good at, maybe just with a few friends, and somehow they're like this super amazing person. They have great energy, but if you caught them in that other situation where they're uncomfortable and they're not used to it, then it would almost be like looking at some little caterpillar version of that butterfly that's actually flying around and loving every moment and enjoying themselves when they're doing the thing that they actually really like to do. So if you understand what I'm saying, you'll know that the basic gist of building situational confidence will be to spend time doing something. Meaning that the more you play the piano, the more situational confidence you have with the piano, the more skill confidence you have with the piano. Now, if I go and spend all my time editing videos, if I spend all my time just doing marketing or sales, then I will get good at those skills. If I spend my time being in front of a video camera, then that's what I'll be good at. If what I spend time with is playing the guitar all the time, then that's what I'll be good at. And the confidence will grow in each of those areas as you spend time. And whatever it is that you're investing yourself into constantly, nonstop, over and over again, every single day, that will always be the thing that grows and that you gain confidence in, and that you probably will be very good at, and you will feel good doing it. So a lot of the time people will decide that, what I want to do is I want to run my own business, and they try to open an online store. And because they've never built a website before, and they've never ever really ran a business, they don't know how to market, they don't know how to sell, they don't know how to create prospects, how to actually create customers. So they try it for a week or 2 weeks, and then they go, wait, it's not for me. It's just not for me. I tried that stuff, that online stuff, I tried it, it didn't work for me. Or somebody goes, you know what I really want to do? I want to learn how to swim. But they're 30 years old and they never knew how to swim when they were young. So now they decide, you know what, I'm going to do it. And then they jump out into the ocean and almost drown, go back up and say, I'm never doing that again because it's the worst experience of their life. Why? They're no good at it. They try to do it and their expectation is, I should succeed. So when you have an expectation that says, I need to be good at this, when you really haven't built any confidence in this area yet, you'll be disappointed time and time again. So let's say you really want to go up and talk to that girl or that guy, and you're like, how do I become confident? Well, the thing is that if you're not used to going up and talking to random people and strangers, if that's not a skill that you've invested time into and built over the last, maybe 3, 4, 5 years, then you're probably gonna have a pretty hard time talking to a random stranger. Maybe the way you usually meet friends or the way that you make connections is through your social circle. The people that you already know introduce you to new people. And then you just know this one person and you don't know anybody that knows that person. And so you want to approach, but you can't do it. And even if you do, you'll probably fail and get rejected because you have no confidence in approaching random people that you have no social circle connection with. Do you understand what I'm saying here? I hope this makes sense to you guys. So what I really want you to look at here is that situational confidence is really good if you're going to get incredibly skilled at one area and you're going to spend a lot of time in it. So for me, that would be coaching clients and talking to you guys in the camera. Those would be my 2 core skills. That's it. I don't need to know everything about editing. I don't need to know everything about how to set the perfect lighting or how to, use the best audio equipment. All of that stuff it's just stuff. It's just noise for me. But there are a couple of things that I need to be really good at. So I'll spend a lot of time getting really good at them. But here's the problem. If I now want to go out and try something different, I'm starting at 0. But because you're good at one thing, you almost expect yourself to be really good at everything else. And you probably won't be. And that's why you need a baseline level of confidence. And what a baseline level of confidence is, and where it comes from, is actually accepting and knowing that you probably will not be that great at everything that you try. You probably will not be perfect every time you try to do something new. You probably will fail even at the things you are good at. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Even if you are good at something, even if you have a high level of skill and confidence in one area, the moment that you don't perform up to your level of expectation, you fall down and you become upset with yourself because you've created an expectation in yourself that says, I need to be performing up here. And a base level of confidence, a baseline, a strong baseline, it doesn't look like that. See, most people, they live in that. They live in, I have expectations. If I don't live up to them, then I feel bad. But a baseline, a strong baseline confidence, it doesn't really care whether or not you perform up to that expectation in your head. Because it's just a mental creation. And when you have a high level of baseline confidence, it looks like this. You are calm, collected, and non-reactive. This is what I really, really want you to get today. If you could take one thing away from this stream, I want you to take this. Listen closely. You are the only person that is setting those expectations and killing your own confidence through doing so. Now, if you don't understand what I mean, let's dive into that. Let's really, really talk about that. The way that things work in your brain, okay? I spent a lot of time studying the brain and the human psyche. I got really good at that stuff. I spent the last 3 years just learning everything that I could. And here's what I got from it. This is how I was able to change my life and create all the amazing results and help so many freaking people every single day. It really came down to this. You must know in yourself that you are okay with whatever outcome will happen or be, right? So the only reason you wouldn't feel confident going into something is because you feel that in some way you're probably not going to live up to the expectation that you have of yourself. Do you hear what I'm saying, guys? The only reason you would feel insecure, the only reason you wouldn't be confident, the only reason you would feel any kind of negativity, any reason to feel bad about yourself, the sole reason for that, the only way that that would be happening or going on, is if you feel that you cannot live up to that mental image that you've created of what you should be. A base level of confidence, a strong baseline, a strong base level of confidence comes from not being attached to getting something out of everything that you do. I'm going to show you a very simple example. I'm doing a live stream for you guys right now. Okay? You're listening, you're watching. Thank you for joining, by the way. This is going to be a video later on, and people will watch this afterwards and see the recording. If I go into this thinking, I've got to look like this, it's got to be like this, if I don't deliver like this, if they don't get it, what am I going to do? If this doesn't work out for me, there's all your confidence down through the floor. It's gone. Because you're creating this false sense of, oh, good, I want this thing. And when you do that to yourself, you just destroyed your own chances of actually enjoying the process, being your best self, showing up with some energy, and actually becoming present to the moment and really experience the thing that you're about to do. See, if you're going to walk up to that guy or girl that you really, really like, then one way to do it is to think, oh, well, what if they don't like me? What if they don't like me? What if they don't like me? And you'll have a very low level of base level confidence, of baseline confidence. Keep mixing those two up, right? But if you think, you know what, it's okay. It might not be perfect. I might totally mess this up, and that's okay. I might completely blow myself out here, and this person might not even remotely like me. And you know what? That would be great. That's my secret. Okay, that's my secret. People ask, well, how did you build a business? You're 22 years old. How can you coach somebody? How can you show somebody how to make the most out of their life? You're just a kid. I heard this all the time from people. I used to hear it, especially 3 years ago when I was 19, over and over and over and over. And here's two ways I could have taken it. Number one, oh no, I'm not good enough. Oh no. Oh, what if I really can't help people? What if they're right? Oh my God. And it could have become my biggest fear. It could have haunted me. It could have stopped me from actually helping the hundreds of people that I have one-on-one and millions of people that I've reached through my videos and speeches. What I did instead is I said, maybe I am too young. Maybe I am not capable. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. And that's okay. In fact, if I screw this up, that would be just fine. It would be perfect. I would love to mess this up. Why? Because I will still get way more experience than I ever would have going to school, getting a formal education just like everybody else, because I'm not interested in being a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or anything that requires formal education. So I'm going to learn from the experience. I might as well go all in. The worst thing that can happen is that I don't try. Failing is a step forward. Being afraid of failing is the only thing keeping you where you are. Do you connect with that? Do you feel that? Are you really hearing what I'm saying here? Are you really like, listen closely. Listen very closely. If you let go of that need to succeed and you become okay with that you might fail and you actually accept that and you say, you know what, actually that would be great because I'm going to learn and take a step forward anyway. That's it. It's over. You can't fail. I'm defining the game in a winnable way. Do you guys understand this? I really hope this is getting through to you. I really, really, really hope that this is getting through to you. I hope this impacts your life and that you carry this with you for the rest of your life because it changed my life. And it made me capable of being a 22-year-old coach and motivational speaker and whatever you want to call me. I mean, those are just boxes. At the end of the day, I'm helping people every day. And I'm doing what I love. I got to live my dream. I got to help other people live their dream. I'm even training other coaches now that are being really successful as well. What happened? What happened? What happened? That switch is so important. That's why I made this live stream about it. Because I thought, what's the first thing I'm going to talk about? Confidence. Why? Because it's everything. If you feel in yourself that you're afraid of failing, that's a low level of confidence. A high level of confidence says, can't wait to fail. Because I know I will. I will. I definitely have, many times over and over. I probably fail every day at multiple things. And you know what? It's made me one of the best in the world at those things. Failing again and again. Again and again and again. Wait, I'm not done. Again and again and again. Oh, I'm still not. Again and again and again. How many times did I fail? You guys, my videos. I've made hundreds of videos that weren't perfect. That kind of sucked. Let's be real. Even some of them are unlisted. If you want to see them, send me a message on Facebook, and I'll send you a link to a playlist where you just get to see 6 months of me uploading daily videos, and I make almost no progress. I look like a troll trying to crawl out of its cave and learn how to be a human being and communicate with people. But I went through that and failed every day for 6 months. For then, in that final 6th month, to break through and start getting my first few clients, replace my 9-to-5 job as a janitor, and go and do the thing that I really wanted to do. And if I hadn't been willing to take those steps, if I hadn't been willing to fail, if I had put this imagination in my head that said, no, that first video has to get 100,000 views, bro. It's really important. I wouldn't have done it. Nothing would have happened. Nothing would have changed for me. And you right now in your life are stuck for one reason only. If you're stuck right now, if you're not making progress, if you don't feel like you're breaking through, if you don't feel like you're getting what you want, if you're not happy, you're not fulfilled, if you're not waking up every day with a smile on your face, one thing only. Your confidence is based in you succeeding. Your confidence is based in getting a certain result. You rely on other people saying yes to you. You rely on other people saying yes to you. You rely on something going your way. You need that person to accept you and approve you. And that means that the power of whether you succeed or not is in their hands. Define the game in a winnable way. To me, it was as simple as, if I upload a video a day for 6 months, it was a year. The goal was a year, and I did it. I did a year. The first 6 months were just the worst, and then it started getting better. That was my goal. And so if I achieved that, it was good. I had won. That was my winnable term. Upload the video, I won today. That was it. That was it. Nothing else. I'm not talking about getting 1,000 views or getting 100,000 or getting 1,000 subs. I didn't care about any of that. What can I control? What can you control? If you're trying to get good at playing guitar, define it in a winnable way. Is it about sounding good? Because what does that mean, sounding good? Oh, that means your friends have to tell you that you know what, you're a really good player. Yeah, you're really good at guitar. Well done, Billy. If you need somebody to clap for you, if you need somebody to approve you, if you need other people to validate you and tell you how good you are at this thing, you're not doing the right thing. Think about that. I didn't care. I just kept uploading. I just kept doing it. I'm doing it right now. You guys, you're talking to me in the chat. I'm sorry, I'm too into it. Because it's not even, I don't need anybody to go, good job, Raphael. Good job, man. Congrats, man. You're so good, man. I mean, sure, I don't mind. And I don't mind if you hate it. And you know what that makes me? That makes me a winner no matter what I do. Because I'm not relying on you to tell me whether or not I'm good. I don't care if somebody says, you suck. In fact, I often try to listen and say, why? What could I do better? I'm curious. Are you with me? Are you with me? This is what I want for you. I want this switch for you. You make that switch. Now, when you fail a test, you go, good. Good. Now I know where my weaknesses are. Now I know what I did wrong. Now I sure know what not to do. You already did half the job right there. Knowing not what to do is half of the picture. Everybody's looking for this perfect scenario where you're sitting there going, I've got all the pieces in place. I feel just right. There are no problems, and everything is perfect. And to you I say, I don't know of anything, not even a drug, that can keep you in that space for more than a few minutes at a time. You're never going to be in that completedness, fulfilled state that you're chasing after. And the moment that you accept that, you actually enter that state. That's confidence. That's confidence. I'm reading your guys' comment. Okay, great. Upload a live YouTube video each day for the next 365 days. Yeah, that's a great suggestion for public speaking. I had to jump in. I couldn't help myself anymore. Thank you guys so much for joining today. I want to get more interactive with you as we go along with the live streaming. Today I really wanted to share something. This was on my heart. I really want you to take this and apply it in your life, because I feel like my videos are one thing, but I really want to talk to you and have you feel what I'm saying and really hit you right here. Because when I'm standing here talking to the camera, it's great, but I feel more personal here with you right now because I know you're listening to me right now. And if you're not and you're even listening on repeat, that's at least as good as my video. And the fact that it's live makes me feel like I'm talking more to a person, which is great. So here's the thing. I just want you to know that you have all the confidence you're looking for already in you. And the way to access it is not through the traditional getting good at something, because yes, that will build situational confidence, but it won't carry over everywhere you go. Real confidence, sustainable, lasting confidence, the kind of confidence that really is unshakable. It comes from being okay and at peace with yourself and the fact that you might fail. I used to feel bad for that I wanted to play video games, or that I was depressed, or that I was addicted to sugar. You know, I was very overweight. And then I just kind of said, I can either run away from that, or I can run towards that. What do I mean? I mean, the way that I conquered my biggest fears is by going into them and accepting that, okay, maybe it is true. And that's great. I love that. It's perfect. I wouldn't want it any other way. So when I started making videos, I had social anxiety, I had speaking anxiety, I have every anxiety that you can imagine, really, at the end of the day. And I got in front of the camera and I said, well, I have anxiety and I really don't want to talk in front of the camera. And I said, great. So glad I've got anxiety and I don't want to talk in front of the camera. I'm grateful for that, because now I can grow through this process. It's not only something that I'm going to do that's like just a thing. I'm also going to conquer this crazy fear that I've had. And I conquered it in that moment. Do you see? It's not about the 1 year of daily videos. That moment I won. That moment led to everything else. See, your life doesn't change over 6 months. 6 months might lead to that instant moment where it changes. But it's in that moment where everything shifts. One switch in your brain, if I could give you one switch to make in your head today, it would change your life. Just that one tweak. Maybe it won't go through for you today. Maybe we need another 6 live streams this week. Who knows? But if you make those switches and you dial that in, then your results and everything that you do and your life, it will change completely. It will change completely. The way that you will feel once you go from, I need this result, I need this result, I need this result, to I'm so happy if I don't get it. And if I get it, that's cool too. It's almost like you just let go of a rock that you've been carrying on your neck the whole time. It's like, whew, done. And now, nothing can touch you. Nothing can touch you. Because no matter what anybody says, if you're already okay with failing, see, when I started speaking and I was already okay with that, maybe I suck at it, it didn't matter. It didn't matter that anybody said you sound like a teenage kid, an over-caffeinated teenage kid, I don't remember, something like that. Because I laughed and I went, good. That means I stand out. I'm grateful for my voice. And, you know, many people will disagree and try to defend me and go, oh no, he's got a great voice and it's all Scandinavian and cool. I don't care. As long as you noticed me, I've done great. I mean, even that, I didn't even need you to notice me. But the fact that you just paid attention to me, it's plenty. So the outcome was not try to get views. The outcome was, I want to speak. If you guys are chasing something because you want the money, or you want a girl to like you, or you want a boy to like you, you want a guy or a woman to appreciate you, or try to get them to acknowledge you, or you want your mother to finally say, you are a good boy, or you are a good girl, and I do love you. Finally, right? Finally, that acceptance, you're doing the wrong thing. Do something that makes you feel good. Do whatever is calling your name. That's a deep level of confidence. That's a baseline of confidence that will change your life forever, guys. Forever. Excuse me. It comes down to that. It comes down to, are you willing to fail? Are you willing to try over and over? Is it okay if you're not that great at it the first couple of times? Is it okay if you never become good at it? I mean, I started this thing, I thought, if I have to go for 12 years and I never get good, oh well, so be it. Can you go there? With whatever you're doing, can you go there? If you can, then all along the way, it's going to be that much easier. Because no matter what happens, you're already ready for it. It doesn't matter. Guys, what I want to do here at the end is I want to do a little quick Q&A. And that's the format that I want to run these live sessions in. So this is the first one. And it's very off the cuff and relaxed. And it's going to continue to be like that. But I want to take your questions at the end. Will you stop after 12 years? No, I will not stop after 12 years. Please do a live Q&A this week. I could do a whole session of live Q&A. That could be fun too. But what I want to do is actually, I want to run the topic, okay, like we did here. And then at the end of the topic, how do I find what I really want to do? Okay, we'll get into it. So, 1 second, guys. Let's save your questions for a moment just so I can explain this. Excuse me. So, at the end of the day, I really want this live stream to be me sharing with you what's coming through, what's on my heart, because I really I'm having these breakthroughs, I'm having epiphanies every day. I've grown so much. In the last 3 years, it's just been this non-stop evolution where my consciousness went from, oh, how can I make a quick dollar and hopefully get people to like me, to I feel like everything is one and I want to share my deepest gift with you. And the more I serve, the more my heart just feels warm and fuzzy. And I know that might sound crazy to you if you're not there. Take it with a grain of salt, a pinch of salt. You know, at the end of the day, I really just want to communicate all of this to you and share it to you in the best way that I can. The videos have been great, but I'm kind of done and I want to try something different. So you'll have to repeat your questions in a moment just to share with you. I really want you to be able to interact with me. So at the end of me sharing the topic and sharing my breakthroughs with you and sharing something that really means a lot and I think will have a significant impact in your life, then after that, I want to hear whatever questions that come up for you. So after this is done, it's like, boom, you've got it. You know what to do. It's implementable. It's real to you. It's not just some information. So I'd like to keep the questions centered around the topic, but if you guys want to go a little bit off, that's okay. I'm going to try to stay focused on this as much as possible. But really, to me, what's important is that you connect with what I'm sharing with you and that it serves you and that it helps you in your life. So whatever questions you want to ask that help you implement what I'm sharing with you, and I'll relate it back to all of this that I just talked about, is perfect for me. So let me see if I can actually bring the chat up, and if I cannot, because I'm on mobile today, if I can't, guys, what I'll need you to do is I'll need you to repeat your questions, because I saw a bunch of them just fly by. So right now, Q&A, the topic was how to be more confident, and I hope that it's helped you. Now, if you want to ask your questions, try to keep them as closely relatable, or at least something that I can relate this to as well, because I do want to stay on topic, and it's going to be a video on YouTube after we're done here. Whatever question you have, if you already sent me it, try to copy it and paste it in the chat. So how do I find what I really want to do? The way that I went about it, and the way that I would recommend to you, is simply follow what you already like. So don't try to be like, how do I discover my passion? Or how do I find what I want to be doing for the rest of my life? Just whatever is already fun for you, go do more of that. That's it. Whatever makes you feel good. How to find balance and be better. So the best way that I really find balance is I don't find balance, because finding balance means that there's some perfect situation where you feel right all the time. And the only way you'll ever feel that is by letting go of trying to feel like that. I know that sounds like a crazy paradox. How do I balance being outcome independent while also making my goal a must? They seem to be two different concepts to juggle. Yeah, so at the end of the day, it will be very tough because you've got two contradicting ideas in your head. And I want to answer your question, but let me answer it by not answering it and really giving you what will help you shift the paradigm. It's not about trying to get an outcome, and it's not about enjoying the journey. It's about both at the same time. And the way that that should look is, I love what I do, and I wake up every day and it's fun, and I do see a grand vision on how it's going to impact the world. So it's not like, oh, did I get the money? Because if you do that, just train wreck. Okay, what is the best way to get back on track after a slump of low confidence? Guys, my favorite thing is, if I really feel down and low, I try to help somebody. Just help anybody. I mean, I'm not talking about this kind of stuff that I'm doing. I know it might be a little bit complex, and I'm not telling you to get in front of a video camera or coach somebody the way that I do, but it really, for me, it comes down to going to anybody, my family, my friends, my girlfriend, and just saying, hey, how can I help you? Or what's going on in your life? Because what that does is it takes the attention off of my suffering, not in a way where it's like, oh, how do I stop feeling bad? But it's in a way of, okay, I feel bad. How do I make somebody else feel good? And then when I make somebody else feel good, I feel good. Could you make this a weekly thing for Mondays? I'm going to make this a daily thing. Oh, wow, I'm going out on that. You know, when I commit to something, I can be a little crazy, but I'd really like to do this daily. There are a few days right now in the week where it's going to be challenging. I'm working with a lot of clients one-on-one, which is really ultimately my biggest just passion and love, and the video camera and sharing this with you. And now that we're live, I love it that much more. But it might be tough. It might be tough, guys. But I really appreciate it daily. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Right. So I know people like that, and I like that. So I will do my very best. I really, really will. More questions, pop them in the chat. If you already said your question, I probably missed it. I'm sorry about that. There's just no way for me to actually wait 1 second. Is there a way for me to scroll? Oh, there's a way for me to scroll. Here we go. I'm discovering, along with you guys, that I can actually scroll the chat. So now we're really going to get it. How to speak to anybody. The way you speak to anybody is you stop trying to expect a certain reaction. I mean, how do you speak to your friends? Just assume it. Assume they're already your friend and talk to them that way. You know what that does is it relaxes people, because usually if you're a stranger and you've never talked to somebody, you'll be quite tense and uptight. And what will happen is that you'll present this weird stifled-in version of yourself, and people will almost freak out and not want to talk to you. Whereas if you speak to somebody like they're already your best friend, it's hard to do, but once you do it, you'll see what I mean. What will happen is that they really, you can scroll, yes. They will accept you immediately, because it's like, oh, it's a natural connection, and they don't feel like you're trying to manipulate or trick them, because oftentimes when you're coming up to somebody and you never knew them, you really get tense and nervous, and people can feel your energy, especially if you're the kind of person that gets anxiety. Then it's pretty obvious. You start going all weird, and to them, if they don't have anxiety, they just look at you like, oh, what's wrong with this person? Just talk to me. They think you're like some kind of serial killer or something. So, okay, let's see. I compare myself with other people. I'm telling myself, oh, how can she be so confident when she talks to other people and you can't? Okay, so that's a whole big shift that you're gonna have to make. Who asked that question? Let's find out. Andela. Okay, Andela. So what I'd tell you is that at the end of my anxiety and my depression, I started going into this pattern where I would always look at other people that were doing better. And even as I was feeling low, I did it a little bit, but not as much. And when I came out, I started thinking, oh, this guy's so far ahead. So they do this thing so great and they're so good at all of this and I'm not. And then I realized that the worst thing that you could do is compare your beginning to somebody else's middle. So if somebody spent a lot of time around people and they're able to talk and just have fun, and you spend all your time playing League of Legends, random example, I know, but if you did, then that's what you're going to be good at and that's what they're going to be good at. So if you plant a seed in one area, just wait for it to grow, be patient. Everybody's rushing and they want to be great at everything way too quickly. Play League with me. I don't play video games anymore. I'm sorry about that. I've actually had a lot of clients that play League, so I guess that's where that reference came from. Let's see. Let's go up a little bit. Could you make this weekly thing? Yeah, I'm going to try to make it daily. I told you guys. I don't promise anything, though, this time around. Oh, my life is a little crazy compared to what it used to be. How does the law of attraction work? Okay, so that was a question. The law of attraction is really, a funny thing because people, they think that they can just kind of lay back and visualize stuff and it'll come to them. So they completely miss the point. The law of attraction works like this. If you give something, if you don't give something, if you withhold something, let's say, I really want money. I want to make money. I really, really want money. What you're putting out is, I don't have it and I need it. And so that energy is like, imagine going up to somebody that you're really attracted to and going, I don't have you, but I really need you, like, now. Please love me now. Will you please love me? Oh my God, just love me, love me. And just imagine the reaction on that person's face will be like, whoa, okay, run away. This guy's gonna murder me. Like, whoa, this is some crazy dude that lost his mind. Money actually works in a similar way. Anything in the universe is the same way. Try an animal, a pet maybe of yours. Try going to your pet and like, I need you, and like try to just put out that energy where you're like trying to grab the pet and like just squeeze it and like give me love. You'll scare that thing. That poor creature will be repelled by you. So when you put out this needy energy, you will never have what it is that you desire because you're in the lack of it. Now, on the other hand, if I'm a relaxed guy and I feel attractive and I feel like I've got my life together, I feel like I have a lot of value to offer, and even I'm not afraid to talk to somebody, then going up to, the girl that you're into, it's the easiest thing in the world. Who cares? You already feel good about yourself. And so guess what? He's going to be attracted to you, or he will be attracted to you, right? Do you also recommend random talks to cashiers, bus drivers, people in shops? Yeah. I mean, I always try to make people's day a little bit better if I can. I don't even necessarily go into a deep conversation. I'll just smile at people and look them in the eye. That can be enough. Now, also, I would suggest that if you're finding that you have social anxiety, then yes, you should push a little bit more. So I used to be at the stage where I couldn't talk to a cashier. And that was pretty crazy because I would rather like leave my groceries in the shop than answer whether or not I want a bag or even ask for a bag. That's how scared I was. You can imagine, right? And you see me today and it's pretty crazy. I mean, my life has changed completely. So it came down to being willing to push a little bit every day. Yes, talk to the bus driver, talk to the cashier, just make conversation and push yourself out of your comfort zone and do things that scare you a little bit at a time. And you'll find that, your biggest fear will turn into your biggest asset. So people think, oh, social anxiety, that means I'm a bad person, I'm weak. Well, you're not weak. You just have this thing that if you overcome it, or actually if you use it to your advantage, what will happen that you'll be one of those people that can talk to anyone. Do you see how I flipped the script? See, my biggest fear was talking to the camera. Look at what we're doing today. Do you see? Do you see? My biggest fear was talking to the camera, making a video. Nothing more scared me than that. Nothing scared me more than that. And today, I talk to people all over the world. I help them through their problems. I help them build their businesses. I help them grow. I help them in their relationships. I talk to you on camera. I've been talking on camera for the last 3 years. By the way, guys, yesterday was the 3-year anniversary. Yesterday was 3 years for me on YouTube. And that first year I made daily videos. The second year, not always daily. It shifted. Same with the third year. And then actually the third year here, I've come back and I've started doing daily too. Well, this is the start of the 4th year. So it's a little bit of an anniversary. Hey, Raphael, I have a question. I'm growing a business and every time I work on it, I feel overwhelmed. Any tips, timetable or something? I would recommend that you actually just schedule out your day. And I've talked about this in the previous video, but if you simply lay out what you're going to do throughout the day, so much easier, right? What's there to be overwhelmed about if you know exactly what you're going to do from 9 to 9 or 9 to 12 a.m., right? If you already know, if it's already clear and laid out, no problem. See, the overwhelm is, I don't know what's going to happen when I've got so much on my plate. You are my favorite and truest YouTuber. I appreciate that, Martin. Thank you so much, man. That's so kind of you. I appreciate that, brother. Somebody actually said on a comment on the YouTube video yesterday, "Oh, you should take a break or make some live streams on previous topics." Here you go. Your stream is lagging as shit, dude. Okay. I don't know if that's just for you. Hey guys, tell me, is this lagging for you? Is this falling behind? Is this like choppy? Tell me what your experience is, because if it's not good, then I'm not gonna keep putting it out there. But to me, this is a fun format, and I'd prefer to keep going with it. But I want to make sure that you guys are able to receive it too, because I really want this to work properly. We don't want lag going on. Tell me, are you guys lagging? If you guys are lagging, tell me I'm lagging. Crystal clear. Okay, that's a good sign. What's something that you're not the most confident in your life right now? What can you do on a daily basis to make it better? Oh, you're asking if I could make a personal example? Don't care for haters. No, perfect for me. Okay, great. So something that I'm maybe not that confident in, so situational confidence, maybe something that I lack confidence in out of every area in my life right now would probably be... I would have to say that I have this thing where I always think that I need to be better. Okay, and this is, I know it might sound crazy to you, but this is real for me, and I'm sharing it with you because I want to be very authentic with you on the stream and tell you exactly what's going on in my life and be able to be completely open with you. So for me, it really is that constant bettering, step up, step up, step up, step up. And you guys might think, oh, well, that's amazing. Why is that a bad thing? Well, the reason is because I need that okayness with myself. And I've gotten much better over the past 2 weeks. And here's what I did. Every time I had an idea that was like, you got to do more, dude. More hours, more work, more time. I would go, funny that you say that. So is that coming from I'm not enough, or is that coming from I'm inspired to do more? And once I made the switch from kind of going more into I'm inspired to do it, then it became better. So that's really my journey, and that's what I've had to go through. Is I had this lack of confidence because I always felt more. Better camera. By the way, if you guys know the camera that I normally shoot with, it's very expensive. It's like I think $2,000 or $3,000 camera, Sony, really high end. The lens in and of it, just the lens on its own is like $800. I mean, could you tell? Like, does anybody really care? Do you see the difference between this and the normal videos that I shoot? Maybe. There's also a really expensive microphone there. I use royalty-free music. I pay for that, right? So it's always this like more compulsion to do more. Here we're doing the most simple thing in the world, and you guys are responding better than ever. So I needed confidence in that. Do you think that keep having 3 random conversations each day and you really won't be able still be social anxiety having conversations in 1 year? Yeah, if you keep that up for a year, I'm confident in that you'll feel much better and that you'll make a lot of progress. But it's just that consistency, really, and being willing to say, like, here's the thing, what are you expecting? You're expecting I need to get rid of my social anxiety. Well, what you're trying to do is you're trying to run away from your social anxiety, and by running away from it, you're giving it power, which makes it much harder. And you could spend a year, or You could just accept it right now and say, you know, I feel okay with having this social anxiety. I actually kind of don't mind it. Let it be there. Let it bubble up. And then you go do that thing, talking to 3 people a day. It's going to be a totally different game for you. You're going to have a lot more fun, and it'll be like, what, social anxiety? What are you talking about? So when I was making videos and I was tense and I was like, oh, better look good, it was hard. And the moment that I let go, I spent probably like half a year to get to a point where I could let go a little bit. And then I spent 2 years. And then, you know, it's really this past year that I've started to open up and relax more and just be more authentic and put my guard down and stop trying to put on a show for you guys. Because at the end of the day, nobody even cares about that. They just want to connect. And that really, you know, that hit me on a deep level and made a big change for me. So really, if you could just be okay with that anxiety being there, what you'll notice is that it's not really that bad, and it will go away by itself, really. Let's see here. We're going to go for a little longer, so if you want to get your question in, go for it. Raf, in dating, just be yourself, a myth or helpful advice with regards to confidence? So, be yourself is like, it's like me telling you, you're like, how do I achieve peace of mind? And I go, meditate. And then you go meditate and you're like, I still don't have peace of mind, Raphael. Your advice was bad. So go try to be yourself in dating, and just if you don't have any context, it doesn't work. Be yourself works like this. Be yourself works like relax, accept who you are. Go up and try your best anyway. Spend time with people and show up and really be present with them. But if be yourself is, I'm the anxious guy that is afraid of meeting someone new, or I'm the anxious girl and I've had a bunch of bad experiences in the past, and so I've developed this traumatic cycle and now I'm afraid of meeting new people. I don't know. Like, if that's being yourself, then you're not gonna have a good time. Okay? If you're the kind of person that's really, really nervous and you're like, be yourself. Okay, well, during the date, like, this is me. I'm the kind of, you know, I'm just biting my nails and like twiddling with your fingers and like whatever you can find like this. Like, if that's being yourself, good luck, right? So I would say this, being yourself by accepting yourself fully and saying, it's okay that I have maybe some of those bad takes or that I'm not perfect. I'm gonna try my best anyway and enjoy and have a good time. Yes, that does work. Pretty much if yourself is a shitty, don't be yourself, be the best version of yourself. Yeah, no, again, because the problem there is that you're like resenting that part of you. You have to actually be like, okay, maybe I'm not that good, but you know, let's just show up as much as I can with who I am, instead of trying to shove that part down. So you're not like, okay, I'm really bad, so let's not do that. And, you know, kind of try to manipulate by making myself into somebody that I'm not. That doesn't work. So accept who you are and then show up and try being your best self. So Socrates, yeah, that's what, the kind of what you were on about. That's kind of what you were saying there. Why should I be confident? Well, you don't have to be. You don't need to be confident. Just the fact that you are okay with not being confident will probably make you a little more confident. That's my answer there. Okay, let's scroll a little more. What's the meaning of life, guys? I mean, that we're really getting in there, right? So, okay, I'll share. I mean, if you want to hear it, you showed up, and I'm grateful for you, by the way. Thank you guys for being a part of the stream, and look forward to this coming a lot more. So, what's the meaning of life? There is no meaning. You can make one. Okay? That's it. There is no meaning. And that's all right, because you can make your own meaning now. What's your gift? What's your purpose? There you go. What's the thing that you love to do the most in the world? If money didn't matter, if social approval didn't matter, if your parents' approval didn't matter, what would you do? There's your purpose. Enjoy. Have fun. Go. Run. Go. You don't need to watch me. I'm on my purpose already. Go do your thing. Or after this stream. You know, whatever you choose. Whatever you like. Let's see. Let's go up. Oh, wow. This is a lot, guys. I really appreciate it. You did medicine. No, I didn't do medicine, if you're asking me. You should always be yourself, but being yourself does not mean being an open book. When first meeting people, you must always use discretion. Sure. I think that's pretty good advice. I'm trying to make large changes in my life and have been watching videos like yours a lot, but I'm having huge trouble when trying to put in practice. I think that my largest flaw is not knowing me. Yeah, so really, you can watch a lot of self-help, especially, videos, motivational videos, stuff like that, and it won't really do anything until you make that switch in your head. That's why I'm making these live streams for you guys, because I'm really wanting to go deep and not just be like, how to be confident, and then it's like 2 tips to instantly boost your self-esteem. Like, no. What is the real internal switch that needs to happen? What's the underlying principle? And I need you to work on that level if you want to make real lasting results. So hopefully the live streams will help you, but at the end of the day, yeah, spending time with you and really getting to know you is going to help. And I think putting in the practice is going to happen when you're okay with who you are and you move because you're inspired to, not because you have to. So I talked a little bit about this in the previous video, and you can go back. I think it was 2 days ago. Let's see. And who I really am, what do you recommend? Yeah, I mean, I guess I just answered that. Let's continue. Being confident is good, overconfidence is not. What you're talking about there is ego. You're talking about arrogance, right? So overconfidence, I mean, there's no such thing. I call that arrogance, because it's now this bloated ego where you're trying to show everybody how great you are, and that's a totally different story. Will you upload this video? Yeah, this will actually be available for everybody. That's what I want to do. Live stream, share the topic with you guys, and then at the end you get to ask me questions, and then we wrap up and the video goes up, and hopefully you jump in there and you comment if you watch that, and you give that a like as well. That does help a lot, but the live stream part, I'm loving it, guys. Thank you so much for joining today. I can hear you all day long. Thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate that. I spent a lot of time on sharpening my skills so that you guys would enjoy this as much as possible, and so that I could share more and more and just keep growing in this field. And it's what I do every day, so it's what I dedicated my life to. So I'm glad that you like it. What is the best way to exercise self-awareness? I made a video on this too. Really, I would get a video camera, record yourself talk, look into the lens, right? Like I'm looking into the lens for you guys. That's important because it's eye contact. So treat the lens like the eyes of another person. Your self-awareness will go up instantly because you'll see the recording and be like, whoa. And you'll probably be shocked and feel like, whoa, this is not that great. But in the long run, what will happen is you'll really realize where your flaws are, and you can work on them and you can get better. And that really in and of itself will just make a huge difference to your self-awareness. Sometimes I'm not confident, don't know what to do. Again, if you weren't part of the whole stream, Mike, thank you for joining, by the way. You might want to go back. I really went deep here, and I shared a lot of advice. Tell me, guys, this stream, was it helpful for you? Did you have any breakthroughs? Did you feel a switch? Did you enjoy it? Give me some feedback. Let me know. If you did enjoy this, then there's a lot more coming your way, and I hope that you keep being part of it, and I really appreciate you. I did stream a little bit in the past on YouNow, and I enjoyed that so much, but the thing was it cropped the video and it didn't look very good on YouTube, so hopefully this is good. I'm shooting from my phone, so the fancy equipment, the expensive equipment has been stored away. I agree with you. Overconfidence is arrogance. When someone is arrogant, is unattractive. In fact, arrogant people run away, whereas humble people draw people. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. You're 100% right. Guys, again, if you enjoyed this stream, be sure to let me know, and go drop a comment on the video later. If you were part of this, I really, really appreciate you. If you watch this afterwards, then just know that there's a lot more coming up and you have a chance to join us live. I'm going to do my very best to do this every single day. And on the days where I can't, then you will just have to excuse me. My business has grown a lot, so I am trying my best. Very helpful. You make a real difference in the world. Thank you. You have pretty awesome skills when talking to the camera. Good job, man. Daily. Yeah, I want to. It's gonna be the goal. Okay, and yeah, I know that some days it will be pretty hard, but let's try it. Daily Raf over daily we. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I appreciate that. I was on Gary's show once as well, so that's interesting. So look up episode 33 or 34. of Ask Gary Vee, and you can see a little you see something funny. It was years ago, right? So me less experienced, but I was already creating results for people, so you didn't have the context, but it was so funny. I remember that. Your channel is amazing. Thank you for all you do. Keep up the good work. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining. You know what? Thank you, because my whole thing is that my dream is to help you live your dream. So if you joined us today and I got to help you live your dream and I put you one step closer or took you a little bit further along the way, my job here is done. And I hope that you appreciate it. Keep up the awesome work. You truly make a difference to many of us. Martin, thank you again. I really appreciate that. Who is to blame because of the physical appearance is important today? Andya, great question. I'll answer that for you. I won't drop off and leave you hanging. The really biggest thing that people don't realize is how much there's this structure where the media and society builds out a narrative for how you're supposed to be. Vogue, damn physical appearance. Yeah, I mean, it really, you don't have to live by that. That's all I can tell you. You have permission to not worry. You don't have to buy into it. See, I used to think you have to go to school, you have to get a good job, you have to look good, you have to get married, I used to believe all these things. What do I care? I have a great relationship and I don't plan on getting married. I respect marriage, but I've been together with my girlfriend for over 4 years, and I mean, we see no need, neither of us, and we're very in alignment in our values. So, it comes down to, why do you feel like you need to look so good or have this physical appearance? You don't have to. It's just because somebody else told you to. You don't have to buy into it. You can say, I don't care what other people think. Like, let me own who I am and enjoy my life. Just saying, when you guys see a buff picture of Superman or a fitness magazine, it motivates us to do better. Just saying, we don't let it discourage us. That's a good way of looking at it, brother. I love that, right? So, if you want to buy into it, then at least look at it in a positive light and go, you know what? That means I can be good too. I mean, you can look at people and go, oh my God, that makes me bad. And somebody asked about comparing themselves earlier. Andela, I remember that question. And so if you compare yourself and you go, oh wow, I suck because they're good, then yeah, you got a problem. But if you look at them and you go, they're amazing and that means I can be too, there you go. Easy, game over. Just redefine the game in winnable terms. People, the reason they stay stuck and feel all this tension and pressure is because they've made the world out in a way where it's almost impossible to actually win. That's all I can say. I'm 19 years old and getting to know real things now. I was such a Dumbo. Yeah, I know that one. Thank you for the answer. I'm glad it helps, Andya. You're very welcome. So thank you guys so much for joining. That's it for today. We've been on for an hour and that was my time limit. And I hope that you enjoyed the stream. Thank you for all your questions. Join us tomorrow. We'll be up here again. I'm going to check out the video and post and see what it actually looks like. Guys, I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining today. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.